Hey y'all, what's up? How you doing? I just want to make a quick video to iterate on the short that I made about when people say you misheard me. That rhetoric is just annoying to me because so much have people now, some people might say it normally and they might not even mean it intentionally in a gaslighting way, but it's just a triggering thing that's just like, well, why are you saying it like that? So if you're sitting here saying, XYZ, and then you're telling a person a story of like, oh, well, this person said this or that and a third, and then all of a sudden they're, oh, well, maybe you misheard what they said. Why is it that I am always the one that has to have misheard what the person said? You wasn't on the phone conversation. You wasn't in the face-to-face conversation. So who are you to tell me that I misheard something? Why can't you just listen to the story as I'm fucking telling you it is, instead of trying to tell me that I'm the problem? If I'm the problem, then why the fuck are you here? I mean, riddle me that. And I just find it interesting because it's like, you know what I'm saying? When people try to play with you, they try to gaslight you and make it seem like, and really and truthfully, it's nothing personal. But it's personal to them because they're in an emotional state. And because they can't just own up and say, I am in an emotional state, therefore I'm not thinking clearly, because when emotions are high, logic is low, and clearly they logic is out the window. So you're just reactive off of emotion. So now everything is just somehow your fault. That's literally kind of like how narcissists, as well as like psychopaths, sociopaths are, where their logic at moments goes low, and that's why they be raging. That's why they'll flip out and, try to blame shift and everything is just on you. Why? Then when you ask simple questions, yes or no questions, they try to act like, well, it's complicated. There is absolutely nothing complicated about yes or no. Are you hungry? That's a yes or no question. What is complicated about are you hungry? Such a simple question with a simple yes or a simple no. You don't know if you're hungry or not? I mean, if you don't have an appetite and you know your stomach not growling, then the answer would be no. If you are, your stomach would be growling, you gonna know like, yeah, you know what? I am getting hungry. Simple. But see, anytime that, and this is how you snuff them out too. All right. This is how you get them. Ask them simple yes or no questions. Don't ask no other open-ended question. Make sure it's a yes or no question. Did you see the sunrise today? Yes or no? Oh, well, it's complicated because, there was a flower pink moon last night. And when they get to doing all that crazy fluff bullshit, that's how you know they bullshitting. That's how you know something ain't right. Because, and then when you cut them off and be like, hey, I didn't ask you all of that. I asked you, did you see the sunset? And they still try to talk and monologue. You got them. You have exposed a trait in them. Because that is one thing that I know, or I have noticed, that like is definitely a narcissistic trait, is when a person monologues. And when they monologue, it is not a back and forth conversation between one or two people or even a group of people. It's literally one person stealing the show and just yip yapping the whole time. Can't nobody else get a word in. Don't nobody else get a turn to talk. And then if you do start talking or you do get a word in, they got an attitude. All of a sudden, they got glossy eyes where they just staring, but they look checked out. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just really, truly waiting to hear their voice again. They're waiting to hear themselves talk more. Because you got a lot of people who, they don't listen to like understand what you're saying. You know, they like to listen so that they can respond. And that's not what listening is. Active listening requires you actually listening to the person, whether they are venting about something, whether they're sharing good news, whether they are, whatever it is. Y'all just having a conversation about a TV show, movie, a current event, family issues, maybe, you know, something came up with somebody, you know, whatever the topic of conversation is, it is ping pong. It's back and forth. It's back and forth. You know, you breathe in, you breathe out. But with them, if you get on the phone with them and you be like, hold on, or you got another call or something, and you say, hold on a second, and then you click over something, you handling that call or whatever real quick, you click back over, and they still just, they wasn't listening. And I get it, you know, from time to time, I might not have heard something, you know, where somebody would be like, oh, hold on or something, you know. But for the most part, I would hear you if you say it. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, why are you monologuing? Why are you talking to yourself? You didn't hear the person say, yeah, okay. You didn't hear them try to ask no questions. It's just been pure silence. That just goes to show you. And then don't be letting them talk on the phone. Like I remember this one time I was on the phone with my mom and I told her, hold on. And I put my phone down. I went to go do something. I was gone for like 30 minutes. I forgot that I was even on the phone with her. I just happened to hear some on the phone. And I'm like, what the? And I'm like, hello? You still on the phone? And I was like, you've been talking to yourself for 30 whole minutes by yourself. And that whole time, and then that's when I learned, and it registered for me, that it wasn't about me. You know, you just want to hear yourself talk. And you think that I'm listening, and I'm not listening. Because one thing about narcissistic people, they think that if you're on the phone or you're around them and you don't engage as much, they think, or they take your silence as a form of weakness and a form of submission, which is absolutely wrong. I'm just being silent because I know that if I open my mouth, I'm about to unnecessarily exchange energy that I just don't. One thing about them, they will tire you out. They will exhaust you mentally, emotionally, financially, physically. So it is just best to just disengage as much as possible. And they take your disengagement as silence, and they just think to themselves, I've conquered you. I've put you in your place. And that's not what that even means. Silence actually means a lot of other things, but they don't see it because narcissistic people don't have the ability to grow, to change, or to evolve. They are literally stuck still and stagnant, you know, and they want you to be the same way. But see, like, that's just not the case. Like, it's not. With people, whether you're an empath or not, like, the average person is not going to be stuck and still forever. You're going to get moving. You're going to get out of your anxiety, your depression, your sadness, whatever is going on with you. It's just for a season. It's for a short amount of time. I promise you, it's for a short amount of time. And then things will get better. And then that's the thing. Like, they want you to believe that things will never get better for you. And I want to let you know that that's a lie. When you heal and you grow, understand that the things that used to trigger you and the kinks that was in your armor, or say the wounds in your soul that you had, if you did the work on yourself to be like, dang, okay, I had some childhood trauma with this. Let me go heal my inner child. Let me, okay, I have like a little issue about like a poverty mindset. How do I fix this? Oh, okay. You know what? Let me change and move from a poverty mindset, a scarcity or a lack mentality, to an abundant, prosperous mentality. And when you make that shift within yourself, you start seeing it in your reality outside of yourself. Because I'm here to let you know, it all starts with you. And that is the one secret that people seem to not be able to comprehend. It all starts with you. So when you allow chaotic people into your life, why are you shocked that there's a whole bunch of chaos? When you allow peaceful beings into your life shifts into a state of peace, of, tranquility, silence. And guess what? You become the most creative person in silence, because you're able to hear God better. You're able to think more clearly. You don't have a lot of clutter of other people's thoughts and opinions, trying to instill doubt in you to get you to question yourself and doubt yourself. And, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when you are silent, and then think about a tree. You never hear a tree grow loudly. They grow quietly. And even though it's quiet, you see the plant get bigger and bigger and taller, more and more leaves. Then you start seeing flowers, and then you may see it produce fruit, right? So that is how you know that there's a difference between being loud and being silent. From my observations, people who are loud, those be the people that be the poorest. Soul-wise, like, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. The people who talk, I'm going to give y'all an example. So, wealthy people, they wear name brand clothes, but if you really, really pay attention, look at the logo. The logo is a small print. But you go get a broke person. They done spent $3,000 on an outfit. The logo is big as day. LV, Gucci, whatever it is. And it's all big because they want to be seen. They want to be looked at as like, I got money. Well, that's the difference. The person with the small logo got more money in the bank, but the person with the big logo who's loud and that you see be the poorest. That is the difference between being loud and being silent. So I urge you to be more of a silent person, because one, silence is protection. It's protection because you're not oversharing. You are, one thing about narcissists, they love to infiltrate and try to learn about your traumas and stuff like that, and then they use it as ammunition against you, because whatever you dealt with before, trust me when I say they're gonna do the same thing to you, but they're gonna make sure they do it 10 times worse. All right, so that's why I say silence is golden. Like, it's literally your golden ticket to freedom, to peace, to everything that you ever wanted in life. I promise you, it really is. Now, there's a double-edged sword to it, because in my case, I broke my silence when I came out on YouTube and I spoke out about my narcissistic mom and the tactics of narcissists and things like that. And let me tell y'all, out of all the almost 500 videos I made, I don't have a single thumbs down, but so many trolls came out the woodwork trying to shut me up, shut me down, reporting videos that did not get taken down. So at the end of the day, I'm that person. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? And I'm just letting y'all know, keep going, Keep being strong. You know, be happy. Cause the best revenge is your success, your smile. And that's all I gotta say, y'all. So I'll see y'all next time. If y'all like me to talk about any specific subjects, drop a comment down below. Let me know. And I'll holler at y'all at the next video. Bye. Y'all be safe. Stay narc free, y'all. Because it's an epidemic.